My laptop restarted in the middle of the interview. There was no time, the interview was still going and the internet just cut out. I'm a software engineer learning full stack development, and all of this was happening 2 days after I got the email. Let me take you back to the beginning. To understand this story properly, you need to know where I was before all of this. And after finishing my military service, I started applying for internships. But let's be real with each other. I wasn't applying with some master plan. It was like send it and see what happens. I genuinely didn't expect anyone to respond. And that's not false modesty. That's just the truth. Most of the applications I sent out, nothing came back, which is completely normal when you're starting out. Until this one email showed up. I was at home doing whatever I was doing, opened my inbox and read the first line. Congratulations, you've been successfully past the initial screening. I read it again and then a third time. The interview was in 2 days. So, 2 days and I hadn't reviewed anything in weeks. I wasn't prepared at all. In this moment, your brain gives you exactly two options. Either you say, I'm not ready and back out, or you say, okay, let's work. And that decision is where everything started. Before I go further, there was a moment in day one that completely changed my headspace going into this. You wouldn't expect it. I'll get there. I woke up the next morning and the first thing I did was research. Not studying yet, research first. Because I wasn't going to try and cram everything in 2 days. So I looked up what topics come up most in the interviews for freshers and junior developers. And the pattern showed up pretty quickly. OOP and solid principles, those became priority number one. My first instinct was to study from my home. But I know myself. If I stay at home, I'm not gonna get anything done. Too many distractions, too comfortable. So I left. I went to a co-working space nearby and the environment made a difference immediately. Everybody around me was working, nobody was talking loudly. And I started getting through material. About 2 hours in, the tiredness hit. Not just normal tired, the kind of tired that your brain saying, I'm done, I need a coffee right now. The problem was the coffee in the place was genuinely bad. And I am someone who, if the coffee isn't right, nothing is right. So I made a decision, which is in changing the location entirely. There was another workspace nearby, so I just went there. And here's what I didn't expect. Changing the location actually reset my focus. It wasn't just about the coffee. Walking to a new place, sitting down somewhere different, actually your brain deals with it as it's a new start. I had more energy going into the second session, more even than the beginning at the first one. And the walk in itself wasn't a dead time at all. I was reviewing concepts in my head, running through things I've already covered. What did I understand and what was still fuzzy? And then at the new workspace, something happened. I didn't genuinely see it coming. I sat down, opened my notes, and I ordered a decent coffee this time. I was working through solid principles, trying to actually understand them, not just like memorizing them. The person at the table next to me saw what I was doing and started a conversation. Turned out he has about 6 years of experience in this field. I told him I had an interview the next day, and without me even asking, he just started sharing. Listen, for entry-level tech interviews, they usually ask about, and he listed out topics, most of which were exactly what I would been studying. In that moment, I felt something called validation. It wasn't that I got lucky with my study plan. Someone with the real experience would confirm that I was studying the right things. That kind of made me confident in the next day. So I ended day one covered object-oriented programming, solid principles, and the fundamentals of backend concepts. And I wake up in day two at 5 in the morning. So 5 a.m., when I'm saying 5 a.m., you can say that I don't mean the romanticized one that you see in the productivity videos, but I mean by that the one that when you wake up, you kind of very rush, that you kind of feel that the word is ending and you have something to finish. The interview was at 1 p.m., which means I had kind of 8 hours to do my best before getting into the interview. So I had a clear priority list. Firstly, I have to revision Java 8 features. Secondly, I need to revision on Spring Boot. Third thing, I need to make a revision on all my projects. that you can say I will be asked about them, and I need to make like a research about the company that I'm doing the interview with, so that I can know what is their type of business, that it will help me to say in the interview that rather than saying I'm just admiring your company, I can say that I know that you're doing ABC in this business, and I can help you in doing that. I also talked to a friend who's gone through similar interview processes, and he gave me kind of some question styling that he told me this kind of questions usually you're gonna be asked about them. He said they may give you a code snippet and ask you to analyze it in front of them, and at the same time this is not a memorization question, it's a comprehension one. So I put time specifically to practice this format. Hour after hour, after studying, taking coffee and going for a walk and getting back to my laptop again, by 11 a.m. I felt something shift. Not perfect, but it's enough. It was 12:15, 45 minutes before the interview. I closed my notes, checked the camera, the microphone, and the internet. Everything was working fine. Everything was working fine up until that moment. I joined the interview, and the second I was in, my hands were shaking. Literally shaking. This was one of my first real interviews. No mock interview, no run with a friend. It was a real interview with 3 people with a lot of experience. But after the first 3 or 4 minutes, something settled. The people on the other side were normal, professional, but approachable. They weren't to try to trip me up. They were just having a conversation. And once I realized that, the anxiety dropped. The questions started coming in. Java, OOP, solid principles, and backend concepts. And I wasn't actually resizing the definitions. I was going through the ideas, explaining my thoughts. At one point, they pushed back a little on something I said. And instead of freezing up, I engaged with it. They felt significant. There was a moment, maybe 30 minutes in, where I thought, you're actually doing this. Not perfect, but well. The energy in the call was perfect. There was a 5 minutes left. 5 minutes. And then the camera froze and the internet was dropped. I tried to reconnect once, twice, and 3 times. Nothing. Hotspot? Okay, use a phone hotspot. Turned it on, grabbed the laptop, and tried to find a good spot for signal. The hotspot kicked in and the internet came back. I thought, okay, maybe we're okay, maybe we can get back in again. And then the laptop decided to restart. Windows update right now? There was only one thought in my head.
Fuck! Seriously, auto-updating now? Fuck Microsoft! Okay. Fuck!
In that moment, I felt like all of that, the 2 days, the research, the early mornings, workspaces, and the guy who gave me advices, all of that were irrelevant. 5 minutes before the end, after getting through all the hard questions and I did well in it, bro, the laptop closed right now, but I didn't close the laptop and walk away. When it came back in, I rejoined the call and I stayed in it. The interview ended, and a little while after, I got a message from the interviewer. You did well. I read it a couple of times. I felt something complicated. Relief mixed with embarrassment about what had happened. He also told me that in the future I have to have like a backup plan, mobile hotspot or something. I embarrassedly apologized to him and told him this is the first time this happened to me, and he was super understanding. He told me that the results will come in a few days, and I'm still waiting. I don't have the result yet, but let me tell you why I'm actually optimistic. First, I answered all the technical questions well. not from memorization, but from real understanding. That's a different thing. Third, and this is the most important one for me, the fear of the interviews. The first real interview is behind me right now. The coming interviews, it will be much easier psychologically for me to handle it. So this kind of the benefits that I took from this interview, and I will tell you the results when it comes, whether it's acceptance or rejections. By the way, if you're going through something similar, you passed maybe a lot of interviews or something, you can give us the interview questions in the comment section to benefit us all. And for me also, I'm gonna put the questions that I get asked in the comment section that everybody shows it can got benefit from it. And that's it for today's video. I don't know, I know that it's kind of too long, but I hope you're gonna benefit from it. And bye. Don't forget to like and subscribe.